Today we are playing Mardu Midrange. This is a deck originally played by the biggest B, who 5-0'd the league in July 2025 with this list. And it's really a mid-range deck. It's trying to outvalue your opponent, dealing with the creatures that they have on the board initially, using Fatal Push, Gaia's Geel, Kala against Command, Lightning Bolt, Sheoldred's Edict, and 2 Surgical Extraction. And it also allows you to loot using Fateless Looting, and it is also focused on making your opponent discard using Inquisition of Kassalek and Thoughtseize. You play a bunch of value creatures. Dragon's Rage Channeler, really good to cast your instants and sorceries because it allows you to surveil. 3 Orcish Bowmasters, really hate against decks that draw a lot, or just to ping that pesky Ocelot Pride in case you're playing against Boros Energy. 3 Flages and 3 Bedlam Revelers, which ideally would cost only 2 red mana once you have a bunch of instants or sorceries in your graveyard. And this allows you to refill your hand, because you discard your hand and you draw 3 cards. This used to be one of my favorite creatures in Prowess. It's not as good as it once was in Prowess, but in this shell it seems to be working pretty well. Mana base wise, you mostly play black and red mana lands. There's a few lands that generate white mana. That's mostly for Gaia's Geel and Flage. The rest of your cards don't really need white mana. Sideboard wise, there's 4 Cleansing Wildfire against big mana decks. Eldrazi Tron, it could hit one of the Tron lands, or an Eldrazi Temple, Ugin's Labyrinth, or even an Urza Saga, in case you're up against Affinity. 4 Nihil Spellbomb, Graveyard Hate. 3 Shadow Doubt allows your opponents to, or it disallows your opponents to search their libraries, and you get to draw a card. So this is basically hate against Titan, but also any deck that plays fetch lands, so that's 99%, or maybe a little less, of modern decks. If cast at the right moment, this could really set your opponent back. And then 4 Wear Tears to basically deal with artifacts or enchantments. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Let's play and see how this performs. Thank you. We are on the play. We have 5 lands in our opening hand. 2 3-drops. Think we can do better. Let's mull. Four lands, Thoughtseize, Gaia's Geel. Let's keep this. We will bottom a Bloodstained Mire. We will lead on the Thoughtseize. See what we're up against. Alright, we're up against Dredge. So we don't want to get rid of the Stinkweed Imp. Don't really want to get rid of the rest either. Let's just get rid of the Cathartic Reunion, and we will pass. Okay, opponent plays a fetch land and fetches right away. They shock in a Blood Crypt, and they do have a creature. They discard a card right away. Let's open up their graveyard. Discard a Stinkweed Weed Imp. Luckily we have a Kaya's Geel. They dredge 5 and they find a Narcomoeba. I think we will deploy the Dragon's Rage Channeler, play the Marsh Flats and pass. Opponent finds their second land. They conflagrate. X equals 0. Okay. And they pass the turn, alright. We will fetch and surveil. We need white mana for Kaya's Geel. So I guess we will get the shadowy backstreet. Fateless Looting. I think we will bin that. It's not something we're looking for right now. Flage is good. Could exile our opponent's graveyard now. Let's do that. So we do need red and white for Flage. Let's deploy this. We won't pay the Entwine cost. Exile all opponent's graveyards. And do we want a creature token or do we want them to get rid of the Narcomoeba? Let's just let them sack the Narcomoeba. We surveil, fatal push. I think we can bin that. And okay, opponent's graveyard is exiled. We don't have Delirium just yet, so we will just swing for 1 and pass the turn. Opponent is at 16, we are at 14. Opponent's hand is 3 silver smote ghoul that they cannot cast. We do find a land. Let's surveil, see if we can hit Delirium. We have access to white, we need a red, so let's get the Ruckus Theater. That's a land. Don't think we want another land, so we will bin that and then just cast Flage. White, red, white, target them. Now we do have Delirium, and we will swing for 3 and pass the turn. Opponent concedes. Alright, they couldn't find their third land. Let's see, what do we want here? We want the spell bombs, all of them. They might bring in some hate against Flage. Let's go down 1 Flage, 1 Fateless Looting. 1 Bedlam Reveler. Kala against command doesn't do much. Let's go down on those. Bring the Fateless Looting back. Run it like this. We are on the draw and we have a one lander here. Do a Fateless looting. I think we could keep this. Maybe we should have boarded out the Thought Seizes because that's sort of helping them in their plan. Most likely. But it's fine. Blood Crypts. We don't find another land, unfortunately. So let's shock in a Blood Crypt. And we will cast an Inquisition of Kozilek. They don't have access to blue at the moment. These would allow to dredge them. These would allow to dredge. Now let's go after the Narcomoeba. So opponent would likely cast a Thug. There's the mountain, there's the Thug. Find the Blackleaf Cliffs, that's good. I think we should go Darcy Spellbomb. We get our Surveil trigger. Another Spellbomb would bring us closer to Delirium. Yeah, let's graveyard that. I'd like to have a third land. Opponent has a Cathartic Reunion, unfortunately. Let's see, they bin their Ghoul and their Thug. So their hand is unknown to us. Alright. I think we have to crack the Spellbomb right now. So they don't get the triggers. We can't pay for it, unfortunately. No Creeping Chill, no Narcomoeba. That would have cost us 6 life. Opponent would have gained 6 life, I believe. And a Narcomoeba. And they would have gotten the Ghoul back. Yeah. So I think that was the best play. If we don't pick up a third land, we would go Fateless looting first. Surveil with Darcy. We have 3 types in the yard. Trying to get that 4th type in there. So we get Delirium. Opponent plays this land tapped, right? Let's see, do find another land. It's a Surveil land though. Surgical Extraction is good. Let's looting. We'll keep that on top. And we will discard the Thoughtseize. And Bowmasters, this thing costs Okay, it's still far away. I think we will just bin the Bowmasters as well. Swing for 3. Pass the turn. Okay. Cast the ghoul. They swing for 1. Okay. Think we just kill the ghoul here and we get the surveil trigger as well. Fatal push. Let's bin that. Bedlam Reveler costs 3. Think we could go Fateless first. Surveil. That's a land. Let's keep that. Bowmasters. Discard the Bowmasters. And then the Surgical Extraction, sure. Shadowy Backstreet. Another Surgical Extraction, that's good. We will swing. Opponent down to 14. We will cast the Reveler. And draw 3 cards. Right, it's a good hand. We have Surgical Extraction, Fatal Push, and another land. Good flashback to looting. Let's see. There's another thug. Sure. They pass the turn. Alright. Let's good push here. Good surgical. Gaia, let's just push. See what happens. We surveil and get a prowess trigger. Another land, nope. They get the trigger. What are they going with? The ghoul. We will cast a Surgical Extraction on the ghoul. Surveil again, get another prowess trigger. Thoughtseize, we can bin that. Go with the ghoul. Their hand is a Prized Amalgam, Ox, and Creeping Chill. Okay. And they should have one more in there. Okay. Bloodcast as well, and a Leyline of the Void. Okay. So nothing on top of their library. Let's see if we can fetch a basic here. Basic swamp then. Or we need white mana for a Flage. So let's shock in this Godless Shrine then. We won't pay for this. Each opponent sacrifices a creature and exiles their graveyard. Get to surveil again and another prowess trigger. Fateless looting, let's bin that. One card in hand, that's not super good. And opponent's cool. We are on the play. We have a 1-lander. We cannot go Fateless looting because it's not our red land, so we have to maul this. This hand is better. Let's bottom the Reveler. Keep this. Think I want to go Inquisition. So let's fetch and shock. Get black-white land. Godless Shrine. Shock that in. Go Inquisition. See what we're up against. Opponent puts a smiley face in the chat. Alright. Smallpox, Inquisition, Funeral Charm. Yeah, we will take the Smallpox and pass the turn. They do have an Urborg, so all our lands tap for black, which is good. They Inquisition us, probably taking our Bowmasters. So their hand is 2 Polluted Delta, 1 Raven's Crime, 1 Funeral Charm. Find a swamp. Let's play our mountain and just pass. Do have a Funeral Charm for Bowmasters. Here's a Thoughtseize. So let's flash in the Bowmasters. They will take the Callaghan's Command. They will likely Funeral Charm the Bowmasters. At least we have a 1/1 attacker. They drew a Fatal Push, okay. And they push the Bowmasters, sure. Okay. So their hand is now 1 Polluted Delta, 1 Funeral Charm, 1 Raven's Crime. Soon we will have no cards in hand. Inquisition of Kozilek. Let's deploy that. And take the Funeral Charm. So we will play the swamp and just hit them for 1. Opponent has a fetch land and a Raven's Crime. Also have the Rack, unfortunately. So that's gonna deal some damage to us. Their hand is now 1 Raven's Crime. So if we don't play our cards, we have to discard it anyway. So this is hitting hard. Find a Fatal Push. It's unfortunate. Let's swing. We could flashback Fateless Looting here, since the Fatal Push is useless. Try to get a Flage in the yard and a 4th land. We are lacking some mana here. Opponent is fetching. Yeah, let's looting. They're fetching again. Hopefully we can go looting now. Here we go. Push, Reveler, push. Get rid of the 2 pushes and pass. Opponent is going to cast Raven's Crime. We have to discard our Reveler. We cannot cast it anyway. K command would have been pretty good against the rack. There it is. Alright. We are gonna take 3 in our upkeep, fortunately. Opponent likely has a discard spell in hand. We have a lightning bolt, okay. Let's swing and pass. Opponent might have a Liliana at some point. There's a Raven's Crime. They discard Swamp. We will deploy the Lightning Bolt. And they push our Orc Army token. So we both have no cards in hand, but we take 3 every turn. Maybe we can gain some life with a Kaya's Geo. Let's see what we pick up. Surgical Extraction. Yeah. Can go after Smallpox. Kind of want to keep this card in hand for our wreck, for the wreck. Need to fill our hand. You have an Inquisition, Kozilek. I think let's deploy the Surgical Extraction then. Go after Smallpox. They do play Liliana's, Range Mind. Okay. Get rid of Smallpox here. And we discard nothing, but we do go to 5. Maybe pick up a Flage. And we are not able to cast. Escape. Yeah, we will play this tapped and pass. If we don't gain life next turn, we are dead. Most likely. Down to 2. And we find a Darcy, so we're dead. Let's game. Let's see. Do want to wear and tears. Good board in the Shadow of Doubt. Don't know if we want the spell bombs. The Revelers are just too expensive. Shieldred's Edict works well against Liliana. Maybe go down on the lootings. Run it like this. We are on the play. This hand is better. Let's keep. Better than our hand game 1. Opponent is down to 5. That's rough. We will lead on the Inquisition. See what our opponent has in their hand. 2 Thought Seizes and a Wrench Mind. They might Thought Seize us and then go with the Thought Seize. They can't cast a Wrench Mind, let's go with the Thought Seize. If they don't pick the Thought Seize, we can get the Wrench Mind out of their hands. Turn 2. Wrench Mind out of their hand. There's the Thought Seize. Opponent's hand is Mishra's Factory, Wrench Mind, and a mystery card. They Thought Seized the Flage away. I think that's a bit of a punt. Unless they have some kind of graveyard hate. Maybe we should have first Thought Seized, but a 3rd land is good. Let's see. They have 2 Mishra's Factories, okay. We will pass. We have an Inquisition after all. They take the K command. Okay. We draw a land. We'll play the land and we will pass. We could push the Mishra's Factory if need be. Opponent doesn't activate it. Let's surveil. We have red and we have white. Do need another white source and another red source to cast Flage. Let's go with Rakus Theater. That's another white source. So we can cast our Flage. And that's likely game unless our opponent has a Fatal Push in hand. Let's shock in a Sacred Foundry. Cast Flage. Red, red, white, white. Exile our land. Well, our whole graveyard actually. Here we go. Opponent might have a Lily in their hand. Opponent down to 15, we are at 17. Range Mind's art is pretty badass. Opponent passes, alright. Find another wear and tear. Let's swing. And ping our opponent. Not really ping, deal 3 to our opponent. These Mishra's Factory become artifacts, so we can target them with a wear. This is likely game. We have pushes, we have wear and tear unless they cast Liliana of the Veil. There's the rack. Okay. Can deal with that. Opponent concedes, alright. Do we want to change anything? Cleansing Wildfire, no. Thought Seizes. Not really good in this case. Let's just 3 lands, a bolt, and 3/3 drops. Yeah, I think we should just keep. We don't really want to mull against this deck. Opponent will likely have a Inquisition of Kozilek or a Thoughtseize. There it is. They probably take the bolt. Take the Flage again. Would have a surgical extraction this time. Find a land. We will go with our fetch land and pass. Hopefully we can fill up our graveyard soon. There's a Raven's Crime. Let's see what we draw next turn. If we draw a land, we could just easily bin a land. Do already have black sources. Also have white sources. No. Let's get a Ruckus Theater then. Sheoldred's Edict could be good against a Liliana. I think we have to keep that. We will just discard Gaia's Gil. Although they have a Raven's Crime in the yard now. Yeah, let's take the Gil. Let's go with the Gil. Urborg, okay. And they cast a Raven's Crime again. Discarding an Urborg, okay. Then we will discard the lightning bolt. Do want to hold on to the mana for Flage, ideally. So let's play the Black Cleave Cliffs, so we have Sheoldred's Edict up and pass. Opponent could very well cast a Liliana of the Veil now. Asylum Visitor. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay. I think we will deal with that with the K command here. What is the other mode that we want to deploy? There's a Raven's Crime again. It's gonna be a Sheoldred's Edict. Oh. Yeah, that resolves. Sheoldred's Edict. Shadow of Doubt. Let's play the Silent Clearing. Raven's Crime is a sorcery. We could deploy the Call Against command in their upkeep. But if they play a Dirac, we do want to kill their Asylum Visitor. Let's just pass. And in their draw step we will deploy the K command. Killing their visitor and making them discard. Wait, what did we choose? Yep. Okay. Red. Black. Black. I think we lost a life for nothing here. Tapped for black. Okay, opponent did discard a Dirac, alright. They activate a Mishra's Factory. They swing for 2, alright. Do they have a Fatal Push in hand for our Flage? Rare. Okay. Surgical Extraction. Is there anything? Maybe we want to get rid of the rack. Let's first shock this in. Cast our Flage. White. White. Red. Red. Exile everything. Swing or hit our opponent. I think we want to go after the rack here. And we can also see what they have in their hand. Maybe we should have done that before. Flage. Okay, they have a board wipe in their hand. the wreck, and the wreck. Okay, so they're gonna kill Flage next turn. Sure. Don't have enough cards in our graveyard. Cast Flage again. Cool. There goes Flage. What do we draw? Okay, command. Let's see if they play anything. Whether they play a fetch land or something. Play an Inquisition. So K command is a bit useless. We will just let them pick. Take the K command, okay. Let's draw. See. Darcy. Yeah, we will deploy that. Surgical Extraction is good. So we will go Darcy. Opponent loves that card, okay. And let's get the Raven's Crime out of the yard. What did we got the wreck out of their yard before? Don't really have any good targets, to be honest. Let's go with an Inquisition. Pay. Get the Surveil trigger. Fatal Push, let's bin that, fill our yard. Inquisition, 2 Inquisition in there, or 3 Inquisition in their library, and we will pass. So next turn we get Flage again. Okay. We're gonna take 2. Sure. Okay, what do we draw? Shadow of Doubt. Let's swing for 1. And we will cast Flage. Or Escape Flage, rather. Go red, red, white, white. Exile. We'll exile our whole graveyard here. And target them. Flage. Still have one card in hand, unfortunately. Could have a Bonte's Reckoning again. They have a Thoughtseize, alright. It's fine. Opponent down to 9. Do they have a Liliana? Yay or nay? Oh, they have that Bontu's Last Reckoning, unfortunately. Yup. Maybe we should have surgically extracted that instead. Let's deploy our Darcy and pass. Not enough cards in the yard. We could sack one of our lands. Let's first see what we draw. Opponent has one card in hand. We have an Inquisition. Let's see what they have. We get to surveil. Fatal Push. I think we will bin that to fill the yard again for Flage. We have an Urborg. Okay. Let's swing. Well, let's sack this land. So we get in for 3. Find a Gaia's Gil. Okay. Opponent is on a 2-turn clock. We have one Urborg in hand, one mystery card. You're probably activating Mishra's factory to get in for 2. Scavenger Regent. Alright. Ward is discard a card, so before we can deal with this, we need to discard a card. Okay, let's deploy this. Do we want to exile their graveyard? Not really. So I think we will create the white and black spirit creature token with flying. Or just gain life. Oh no, we don't target, so we get to keep our cards. Yeah, let's create that creature. Alright, we get to surveil. Do we draw another land next turn? Yup, but that's not the right land, so we will bin that. We need a white land for Flage. Alright, swing for 3. It's probably game if our opponent cannot do anything about Darcy. Yep. We are on the play. We have a 1-lander, but we do have Fateless Looting. Could try drawing into more land with Faithless Looting. Let's take a risk here and keep. I think it might be good to lead on the Inquisition. Darcy is another turn 1 play. Now let's take another risk. Let's just go with Darcy. It might eat removal, but we'll see. Darcy allows us to surveil. In case we go looting, we could possibly give it Delirium. There's Ragavan. See if we can find an answer to Ragavan. That is an answer to Ragavan. I think we have to go looting though first. Try to get another land. Anything that's not a land will go in the graveyard of the surveil trigger. That is a land, it's the wrong land though for a push. But let's keep. Yep, we draw the wrong land, okay. I think we're far away from casting the Bedlam Reveler. Not sure what we are up against. Let's discard an instant. And a Bowmasters. Play this Sacred Foundry tapped and just pass the turn. We could block Ragavan. 3 types in the yard. Opponent might bolt the Darcy. Yep, there it is. So they get in for 2. Fortunately, we find a fetch land. That's better than something they could cast. But we need to hit our land drops here. It's a Flage. So I think we will just flash in the Bowmasters in their combat phase, so they cannot dash out another Ragavan. Maybe we shouldn't have kept a 1-lander. Bit too greedy. Here we go. Alright. We will flash in the Bowmasters and ping the Ragavan. Alright, that deals with Ragavan. We have 2 attackers. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. There's a Ren and 6. Okay. Do they have... No, they do have to fetch if they want to plus Ren and 6, but they might ping the Bowmasters. Down tick Ren and 6 and ping. They're going for the fetch plan, right? If we draw another land, we can deal 3 to Ren and 6. And then attack with Orc Army and Orcish Bowmasters, but they thought sees us, unfortunately. So we will probably lose out on Fleech or the Bush. Oh, the Bedlam Reveler, alright. Opponent still has 1 mana available. They do get their fetch land back. Alright, land. Nope, no land. I think we will just swing at them. And then fire off this Shieldred's Edict. To make him sack their Ren and 6. Let's do it in their upkeep. I don't really know why. So each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker of their choice. There goes Ren and 6. Could dash a Ragavan now. Ideally we draw some more land here. But I keep saying that they fetch basic swamp. They have a Bloodbraid Elf, okay. Cascade into K command. The OG K command. It will probably kill Bowmasters. Or are they gonna take Ragavan back? Or make us discard a card? Let's see. I think we played a very similar deck. So they make us discard and return Ragavan. I think we should just bin Fleech. Could hit us for 3 now. Are they going to cast the Ragavan? They are, right? It's a nice target for a Fatal Push. Opponent hits us for 3. Okay. We find our own K command. So if we don't attack and just block the Ragavan trade, then we could push the Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, I think we will hold off on attacking here. This is our 4th or 5th turn. And we have seen 2 lands so far. Well, 1 land got stolen by Ragavan. Croxa, alright. We will discard the Inquisition. Let's see. They are swinging. I think we will just block the Ragavan. and take the 3. We can push that. Bloodbraid Elf. And hopefully we will draw a land now. Draw an Inquisition. Let's fire that off. Kroxa will probably come back next turn. What do they have? Just 2 lands, okay. We will swing for 1 and pass. Kroxa takes 5 cards. Yeah, this is probably game. They just have a Bloodstained Mire in hand. Bloodstained Mire. Get a forest. There's Kroxa. If we draw a Sheoldred's Edict, that would work. Could take 1 hit of the Kroxa. And we could chomp block. We do have some answers, so let's see what we draw now. If we get a fetch land, we could possibly surveil into another land for Flage. That is another land. We will just hold back the Bowmasters to jump. We do get pinged by the Kroxa for 3. Since we cannot discard anything. That's unfortunate. Opponent's hand is 2 mystery cards. Bloodbraid Elf, I think this is game. Find a Scavenging Ooze. They could just exile the Flage, yep. Let's see. Okay, we lose 3 of the Kroxa. We chomp the Kroxa. Go down to 6. And they exile the Flage, yep. Alright. That's game. They're just stuck on 2 lands for too long. We can bring in the spell bombs. Shadow of Doubt. So they can't fetch. Bowmasters don't do much, only against Ragavan. I think we will go down on the Thoughtseizes. 1 Shadow of Doubt. Run it like this. It's 2 lands now. Bowmaster's Channeler, Lightning Bolt, push. Let's keep this. I think we will just deploy our Darcy here and pass. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills and passes. Will likely surveil and then dash a Ragavan. Surgical Extraction, okay. I think we will just hit them for 1. then pass the turn. Opponent is fetching. Could go with a lightning bolt. No, they just get their triome out. So we could surgically extract the wooded foothills, but let's see what they play next. If they play a Renan 6 and they plus it. No, they cannot play a Renan 6. There's a Scavenging Ooze. That is a dangerous card. Are we going to push that or bolt it? Let's push that. No, we should hold on to the push actually. Because we can hit Croxa with it too. Get to Surveil. Inquisition will go in the yard. Need to fill the yard for Flage. And we will Surveil. Let's get the shadowy backstreet so we have access to white. That's another land, that's good. Let's see how many types we have in the yard. 3. Could try to enable Delirium here. Surgical extraction. I think we should just hold Bowmasters up and surgical extraction / push. So we'll just hit them for 1 again. Opponent thought seizes us. So I think we will flash in the Bowmasters now. And ping them. And then let this happen. Go with the Flage. Okay. And they surgically extract the Flage. We will deploy our own surgical extraction. We won't pay life. Select the Flage. Pay. Get the Surveil trigger. That's another land. It's not something we need right now, and it is not white for Flage. So we will exile Flage from our graveyard. And then leave the rest in the deck. And their surgical extraction fizzles. And they don't get to see our hand, they don't get to see the rest of our deck. I think protecting Flage and not giving away information is important. Let's see. Find a land after all. Let's just swing for 3. They have a bolt. They bolted Darcy. Yep, that happens. We do have Delirium now. They are fetching. Playing an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Opponent down to 9. We will play the mountain. Cannot flashback anything. Just pass the turn. There's a Croxa, so we have to discard the Fatal Push. That was our hate against Croxa. Hopefully we can find a Nihil Spellbomb. Opponent could still have a Fatal Push-Up. Godless Shrine. Okay, let's swing. Just trying to kill our opponent here. Opponent down to 7. Oh, forgot the misclicked, so missed our land drop. Alright. That's unfortunate. There's a Bloodbraid Elf. Don't have the red mana for Croxa. They cascade into a Dark Confidant. Okay. And they don't attack. They do lose out. They do lose some life off of the Dark Confidant. So we'll just hold back here. Let's see if they deal themselves lethal damage. Don't want them to get rid of the Dark Confidant, to be honest. You draw a land, okay. They play that land, so they probably don't have another land in hand. A cascade again into another Dark Confidant. Nice. Keep thinking they cascade into a Flage, but that's the Flage we have exiled. So they could possibly deal themselves a lot of damage here. We can just take a hit. Let's just take 5. That's fine. If they reveal something 2 mana, they take 4. If we can find a Lightning Bolt, we have lethal. Keep drawing land now. Yeah, let's play this stepped. Now we're flooding. Okay, they revealed something that killed them. Couldn't see what it was, went too fast. Could go after their lands. It's a bit too slow. I think we should bring in 2 more spell bombs. Just get rid of the Shadow of Doubt. Run it like this. Their main payoff is really the Croxa. This hand is good. Let's see what they do. Turn 1. Shock in a Blood Crypt. The Inquisition probably taking the spell bomb. No, they take the Sheoldred's Edict instead, so they might have a Wrenn and 6. We could go Darcy, surgically extract the Inquisition. Would take quite some damage then. Let's do that. We already have a black land, so let's get Sacred Foundry. Shock that in. Go Darcy. Pay 2 life to Inquisition. We surveil. K command. Kind of far away from casting that. Now let's take it. Let's keep it on top. There's an Inquisition. Opponent's hand, okay. Lily. 2 more Inquisition. So they have a Liliana in hand, not a Ren and 6. We lost the window with their cards in hand, unfortunately. You just have 2 types in the yard. Opponent plays a forest and an ooze. We can't really deal with that at the moment. So I think we will play our spell bomb. No, we can just play it. If we hit Delirium, then we just attack for 3 in the air. Could hold back. The Darcy. I think I want to draw this Fatal Push. So let's just deploy this Spell Bomb. Fatal Push allows us to just push the ooze. Surveil of the marsh flats. And then have a Kaya's Geel and a Call Against command up. He might expect a Liliana now. Actually. Yeah, should have thought about that. So they down take Liliana, we have to sack our Darcy, most likely. Okay. So we lose our Darcy, they get in for 2. So we are going to deal 2 damage to Lily. Instead, we draw the Fatal Push. Could make him discard. Let's minimize the damage we take here. Can we get a mountain? No. Afraid we have to shock in a Sacred Foundry. Go down to 10. So we will deal 2 to the Lily. Do we want the Darcy back? Do we want them to discard a card? I think we will take the Darcy back. and deal 2 to the lily. Okay, we will pass. So we're gonna take some more damage off this Scavenging Ooze. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. I think the Channeler might be more valuable than discarding a card. Could be wrong. There's a Bloodbraid Elf. What do they cascade into? A Ragavan, alright. So if we could just draw a land. We could go Gaia's Geel and Fatal Push. We're down to 5 life. It's no good. This could be game. So we can gain 4. Can get a blocker, so we could block Ragavan. Could still take 4 plus 3 is 7. We would still be alive though. Could also go Darcy, looting, push. The Ragavan. Darcy might have Delirium. Could block the Bloodbraid Elf. I think we should just go with Gaia. Let's see. There's another Bloodbraid Elf. I think this is lethal. 6 plus 2 is 8. No, just one away from lethal. Find another Ragavan, that's good. Legend rule, they have to sack one. They sack the non-hasty one. One with Summoning Sickness. Alright. Are they going to swing with everything? Of course. We will deploy this. We cannot pay for the Entwine. We will create a Spirit token and gain 4 life. Black, white, red. Could make him sack a creature, but they likely would just sack the Scavenging Ooze. We want to block Ragavan. So we're still alive. We're at 1 life, we cannot fetch anymore. That's a land that we cannot tap. So I think we should go Darcy. So we have another blocker. We could push Bloodbraid Elf. That wouldn't help us. I think we have to go looting. See what we find. Gaia's Geel is useless right now. We don't have the mana for it. Find another Darcy. I think that is game. Discard the land. The Darcy. We cannot really do much here. Can push one of the creatures. Nope, this is game. We are on the play. We have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Let's keep. Opponent kept their 7 as well. Lead on the black. Cleave cliffs and Thoughtseize them. Alright, so we're up against some black control deck. Far away from casting the Karn. I think we will take the March. And then we could surgically extract that as well. Let's wait. They don't have a target yet for March. Interesting deck. Play the Sunken Citadel, okay. This is Cabal covers. We will just go looting first. Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize. I think I'll bin 1 land. Bolt could be good against the Karn, but we could take Karn. Maybe just get rid of this. We will Thoughtseize them. And surgically extract the Karn. I think that would be best. That's probably one of their combo cards. Okay, this is their hand. And they should have 3 more in their deck. Have 2 Archons as well. Okay, Toxic Deluge. We will pass. Cast a Night's Whisper. Find a K command. Could make him discard. Could also flashback Fateless Looting. No, I think I'd rather Surveil. Did have a Cabal covers in hand, I believe. They don't play that, alright. We will fetch. Want to get access to white. So let's get the Shadowy Backstreet. This thing costs 3. 2 after. Yeah, let's keep this. We will just bolt them now. So Bedlam Reveler would cost 2. We will deploy that. Discard our hand and draw 3. Could have an Invoke Despair. To find another land. So we could Flage soon. There's a Sheoldred's Edict, okay. Yep. That's fine. Opponent passes, we need to get another white source. So we cannot Surveil. Let's get a Sacred Foundry tapped. Blood Crypt. I think we'll just go Flage. Target them. 12, 15 pass. So next turn we could escape Flage. Probably have an answer though. We cannot haste the Flage. What are they casting now? An Archon. Invoke Despair. Okay, so we lose 6 life and they draw 3 cards. Okay. It's unfortunate. Darcy. We'll cast the Darcy. White, white, red. And escape the Flage. Red, red, white, white. Let's see what we should go after. Instant, sorcery, sorcery, instant, land. Okay, 4 card types in the yard still. We will deal 3 to them. Pass the turn. Could cast an Archon at some point. Gotta be aware of that. Then we have to discard our Kaya's Gale. Do have access to 8 mana now. Have 7 cards in hand. If they don't deal with our creatures, they could be dead next turn. Have a Sheoldred's Edict. Okay, we will sack the Darcy, of course. Still have 6 mana available. Invoke Despair. Alright. Yep, so we lose 4 life. They draw 2 cards. Another Darcy. Could escape the Flage again. Kind of wanna keep the Gaia skill up to deal with an Archon. There's an Inquisition. Okay, so we will don't think exiling their graveyard is any useful, so we'll just create a token and gain life. Black, white, red. We surveil. No, we don't want to draw another land. So we're up to 12 and we have a spirit token. Opponent still has 9 mana available. Let's see. There's an Archon. Okay. It's unfortunate. We will sack the spirit token. Opponent still has 1 mana available to kill the Darcy. Yep. So I think this is game. Could deploy the Flage. Let's do that. But we have to sack it to the Archon. Get rid of our Darcy. Land, land. Creature. Still have Delirium. We'll deal 3 to them. It's the only way we can stay alive. They attack and deal 9 here. So there's the trigger. Yep. Down to 3. If we cannot deal with this Archon, we're dead. Let's see. We will surveil. Bowmasters. No, that's not it. Doesn't do anything. Find a bolt. This does something. So let's escape the flage. Red. Red. White. White. Take the land. Bowmasters. Surgical extraction. Okay, command. Darcy. We will deal 3 to the Archon. And then bolt the Archon. Alright. And now we pass the turn. They have a Shielder's Edict. There goes our flage. Alright. Cannot escape our flage any longer. They go after our lands now. Okay. Let's get a mountain, I guess. No more white mana for us. Find a Fateless looting. Let's flash back our Fateless looting. Fatal Push Inquisition. We will deploy the Inquisition. Toxic Deluge and an Inquisition. Okay. Take the Deluge and pass. This is gonna be interesting. Could always flash back another Fateless looting, but our opponent keeps going after white mana, fortunately. So we're far away from escaping this flage. They suspend the Profane Tutor, likely getting another Archon. Thoughtseize. Yep, sure, why not? Maybe we could have flashed back the Fateless looting instead. So we will pass. No more basics for us. They are strip mining us. Find another land. Let's play it. I think they will get Archon next turn off the Profane Tutor. Then we're dead. Yep, we're dead. Alright. Tough game. So we need to be fast. Cleansing Wildfire is good. Shadow of Doubt could work. strip mine them instead. I think the bowmasters could be good. The pushes are not good. I think we also want to get rid of the thought seizes. Maybe a 2-2 split with the Fateless looting. Yeah, let's run it like this. We're on the play. This hand is okay. Let's keep. Go with the marsh flats and pass. They do play a swamp this time, unfortunately. So our cleansing wildfire is kind of useless. Let's get Ruckus Theater, so we could go Fateless looting. Thoughtseize. Yeah, we'll go for that. Play our land, Thoughtseize them. We have an Archon in hand, Sheoldred's Edict, Profane Tutor. I think we will take the Profane Tutor. That allows them to get any card out of their deck. Can deal with a Sheoldred's Edict. They draw 2. We will surveil again, hopefully find another land. Sheoldred's Edict. Let's bin that. Here's another land. Good Flage now. I think we will go after their demolition field. Find a lightning bolt. Alright, let's pass. Probably play their Field of Ruin now. And they go after this land. Okay, that's good. Saves us some life. Take a mountain. We have Bolt up. I think we'll just leave it as is. Sacred Foundry. Let's Flage them. Deal 3 to them. We need to be a bit faster about this. Shock in Sacred Foundry, go looting. Redlong Reveler. This thing costs too much. I think we could keep, well, we could easily deal with it. Let's bin a lightning bolt. And a looting. Then run it like this. Leyline of the Void. Okay. So we could escape the Flage now. It looks good. Do we want to go after Cabal Coffers? I think we should prioritize Cabal Coffers here. Let's see what we draw. K command. Could hold that up. Cannot surveil anymore. Could also go Reveler. No, let's pass. Have a Field of Ruin. Go after our Sacred Foundry. We will tap it for red. Get our swamp. We will deploy the K command then. Discard, deal 2 to them. Red, black, red. What do they discard? Leyline of the Void. So their hand is Sheoldred's Edict, Archon. Okay, sure. So they can deal with the Flage, unfortunately. Let's get a Sacred Foundry tapped. We draw a card. Could go Flage. Would only deal 3 though, and they can deal with it. Could also flashback a Fateless Looting. Then we have a Shadow of Doubt up. Now let's just go with Flage. White, white, red, red. We will get rid of all our types but 4. Can we even? Do we have to get rid of another looting? Okay. We will deal 3. Still have 6 cards in hand. So they will cast their Sheoldred's Edict. Cast a Defile, okay. Interesting. So no more Flage for us. They have a Karn. Yeah, this is really bad for us. What do they get? Wormcoil Engine. We could Inquisition. Have 2 Sheoldred's Edict and another Karn, okay. I think we will go with the Shadow of Doubt in their upkeep. Black, black. See what we find. Okay, command. So we could deal with the worm coil engine. Let's see. Another land. What do we have in our graveyard? Looting? I think we will make him discard and destroy the worm coil engine. These revelers cost more now, because I've been exiling with Flage. That's a punt. Should have already gotten rid of these Bedlam revelers. Okay, thought they were still 2 mana. I think we don't have a basic anymore either. We will get a Godless Shrine and just flashback Fadeless Looting. Discard 1 Reveler. Cleansing Wildfire. Pass the turn. Think we are losing here. No more threats. Can't cast Flage. Can't deal with the ley line. Suspend a Profane Tutor. Get a Sundering Titan. Yeah, it's game here. Find another land. This thing costs 6. Could easily deal with it. Let's just go for it. Bowmaster Surgical Extraction. Think could surgically extract the edict. Let's do that. Maybe should have waited for the prowess trigger. They are likely going to use it now. Sheoldred's Edict. Yep. That's the game. To sack it. Two more in the yard. Nothing in their hand. We can survive for one more turn. Not for very long. It's hard to play against this deck. They minus Karn because they have another one. Cityscape Leveler. Still have an Archon in hand too. Minus Karn again. Walking Ballista, so that's game. Alright. We are on the draw. This hand is okay, let's keep. Opponent has 2 ley lines of the Guild Pact, possibly Zoo. Think we should just shock in a Blood Crypt and pass. No, let's actually Thoughtseize them. If they have a Scion, we can get rid of it that way. They do have a Scion, alright. That's good, we'll pass. Opponent is surveilling. Surveilled a mountain into the yard. They play their plains. Let's play the marsh flats and pass. We have a bolt up, we have a fatal push up. They didn't find their 3rd land. We will get a shadowy backstreet. Surveil. Fatal push, I think we should bin that, fill the yard for Flage. We can go looting. Yeah, let's actually deploy that. We do have a Leyline Binding for Flage. Think we can bin the Flage and the Silent Clearing. Play the Bloodstained Mire and we will surgically extract the Scion. Let's see what they have in their hand. They have 2 Leyline Bindings, a Bolt and a Fable. Their deck is a typical Zoo deck, right? We will pass. They are a bit mana screwed here. Let's get our Ruckus Theater. Inquisition. Yeah, we can get a Fable out of their hands. That's good. So let's Inquisition. Use the white mana. They have a Flage themselves. Let's get rid of the Fable. We will shock in the Sacred Foundry. Are we shocking that in? Probably not. Save some life here. Just pass. They bolt us, okay. Down to 11. And they don't find anything. Do they have a Leyline Binding in the yard? No. We could make them discard and deal 2 to themselves. Just get our Flage back. Now we will deal 2 to them. Black or red. Red. If they discard the Leyline Binding, then we can surgically extract it. They discard a Flage. Okay. Let's surgically extract that at the end of their turn. Could hold a bolt up. There's a Ragavan. That's a nice bolt target. Opponent swings. Let's actually, yeah, we will bolt this because we can push a Kavu. Okay. Let's see. Find a Blood Crypt. Good Flage right now. Do we want to hold a push up? Let's Flage, I think. We go Fateless Looting. That's better, I guess. Bowmasters, Cliffs. Think we will bin the Bowmasters and the Blood Crypt, play the Blackleaf Cliffs, and we could surgically extract Flage at some point. Ideally we can get rid of a Leyline Binding in their hand. Push the Kabu. Find the Bowmasters. Let's just pass. Do find a land now. It's unfortunate. We'll deploy the Bowmasters. Ping them. They are surveilling, probably. Yep. Keep a card on top, so that's likely a land. Find Bedlam Reveler. Let's swing. We will surgically extract Flage. We won't pay life for it. Flage. Let's use our Shadowy Backstreet. They Leyline Binding, okay. Sure. Leyline Binding the Bowmasters. We'll get Flage. Their hand is 2 Leyline Bindings, okay. Get Flage out of their deck. We will cast the Bedlam Reveler. Draw 2. 3. They Leyline Binding immediately, okay. Find another land and another set of Bowmasters. Do we want to fetch here? Thin our deck, probably. Let's just pass. Their hand is Leyline Binding and a Ragavan, okay. Are they going to dash the Ragavan? Yep. So we will shoot the Ragavan with our Bowmasters. And opponent concedes, alright. That's good. Up against Zoo. So I think we want this whole set here. Probably get rid of the Thoughtseizes. We might have some answers to Flage. Although that is our payoff. Cleansing Wildfire is really to go after their Triomes to get them off domain. Wear and Tear is for their Leyline. K-Command is good against the Scion. Surgical Extraction is good. Fatal Push is good. Go down 1 looting. Run it like this. Two lands. Push and looting. Yeah, let's keep. Opponent doesn't have a Leyline. Do have a Triome. Okay. Like cleave Cliffs and pass. If they dash a Ragavan, we can push it. They have a Scion. Okay. We can get rid of that. Let's see, Silent Clearing. Yeah, let's see what our opponent plays. next turn. If they dash a Ragavan, we will go after the Ragavan. There's a Kavu. Okay, Kavu with haste. I think we will push that instead. They bolt us, okay, sure. Down to 17. We will not let them get the attack trigger. Just push the Kavu. And next turn we will go after Scion. Ruckus Theater. Could also go Kaya's Gil. I think we have to surveil here. Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt is not something we want, we will just pass. Then destroy the Scion. Do have another land. Okay. 3 cards left in hand. Cast a Wear on their Scion. They could have a Stubborn Denial, of course, but they don't seem to have one. Okay. This is looking good for us. They fetch. There's a Flage. Let's look at their graveyard. It's a nice target for Kaya's Gil. We're down to 9. Can surgically extract Flage as well. Is that the better play? Look at their hand. Yeah, let's do that. Target the Flage. Pay. Take Flage. Your hand is a Wear and Tear and a Sacred Foundry. Okay, interesting. I boarded in Nihil Spellbombs. Okay. Doesn't seem like we have to worry about their hand for now. They found a land, okay. Or that was the land they already had in their hand. Let's surveil. Shadowy Backstreet. Cleansing Wildfire is good, gets them off domain. Let's deploy that. Draw a card. Opponent is fetching for some reason. So opponent is off domain. We are thinning their deck, fortunately. Find another Cleansing Wildfire. Could go after the Arena of Glory or the Lush Portico. Probably the Lush Portico. Could take one more hit. Might have a basic forest though. They do not have a basic anymore. That's good news for us. There's a Fable. Okay. Bloodstained Mire. I think we could go looting. Or just Kaya's Gil. Won't pay for the Entwine. We will gain 4 life. Every opponent sacks a creature. White, black, red. Okay, we gain some life here. Let's not forget our land drop. We have a Sheoldred's Edict up if need be. They get to discard. wear and tear. Okay. They pass the turn. Let's fetch. Get a Sacred Foundry tapped. There's a Darcy. I think we should go with the Darcy. Darcy, there's no Delirium yet. Interesting. We have 3 card types. We could Fateless Looting. No. No hurry. They flip Fable. There's a Kavu. That's good. It's a hasty Kavu. Let's deploy the Shieldred's Edict, non-token creature. Black, red. Surveil. Surveil a land into the yard. They do have a Stubborn Denial. That's unfortunate. Their hand is empty now. I think we will take this hit. Or we could block. Now we're close to Delirium. Let's not block. Find another land. Let's go looting. See what we get. Bedlam Reveler is a good pickup. So let's keep that on top. I think we will go down on a land. Fateless Looting. Go with the Gaia's Geel. Let's get a basic swamp here. Gaia's Geel. Won't pay for the Entwine. Nope. Opponent sacrifices a creature, we gain 4 life. Black, white, white. Another land, let's spin that. Sack the Reflection, of course. We will deploy this Bedlam Reveler. Could hold back the Darcy to block. Or we could block with the Bedlam Reveler. I think we'll jump with the Darcy. There's a ley line. Okay. We can deal with that easily. Opponent has some issues tapping their mana for ley line. Okay. We will jump with Darcy. What are they exiling? Fateless Looting, okay. Block with Darcy. We will get rid of their ley line. Inquisition is useless. Let's Cleansing Wildfire their blue mana or their green mana. Let's go after this. Red, black, get prowess. Okay. Find a fatal push, that's good. Now we can destroy the ley line. Let's push the Kavu. Get another prowess trigger. And Do we want to go Fateless looting here? I think we just want to destroy the ley line here. We tapped wrong, we take 1 damage, unfortunately. But that is what it is. We will hold on to this for Fateless looting. We'll hit them for 6. Opponent finds a ley line binding. Okay. So no more Reveler. Let's see. We have another one. I think we want to play the land, go Reveler. Red. Red. Okay. Find a bolt, that's good. Bowmasters is good. And a K command. Alright, let's pass. So we will deploy the Bowmasters. Ping them. Next turn we can go bolt. That's pretty good too. Could go K command. Deal 2, make him discard. Yep. Discard. Deal 2. Go black, red. Opponent scoops it up. Alright. We are on the draw. Let's keep this hand. Thoughtseize not the best on the draw. Opponent plays a Misty and passes. Let's shock in the Blood Crypt. Thoughtseize them. Alright, we're up against Simic Birthing Ritual. I think I want to kind of take the land. Screw with their mana. Hopefully they don't surveil into another one. Kept the card on top, so that must be a land. Yep. There's an Oracle, okay. And they find another land, unfortunately. Let's surveil. Inquisition of Kosalek, yeah, let's take that. We will just pass. One type in the yard. Soon 2. Opponent surveils. Dismember away. Goes Oracle again. Yeah, let's let that resolve. We will just push the other one. Okay. They have a Force of Negation, okay. So their hand is Icefang, Quaddle, Oracle, Force of Negation, Brazen Borrower. We could Inquisition. Could go Darcy Inquisition. No. Let's just Inquisition. See? Are they going to force this? I think we will take the Harbinger. Then shock in the Sacred Foundry. And we will just ping the Oracle. Here we go. All right. There's another Oracle. So their hand is Quaddle, Brazen Borrower, Force of Negation. They do have a Flare of Denial now. That's too bad for us. I think we can just attack. Let's see, 3 types in the yard. Let's just swing. They do block, that's good for us. Maybe we should have held on to the Bowmasters. But we will cast a Channeler. Play the Blood Crypt tapped and pass the turn. Holding on to Bowmasters was better, of course, since they are going to draw off the Quaddle. At least we get 1 type in the yard. There's the Quaddle. Could have pinged the Quaddle. It's maybe a bit of a punt. Okay, don't attack with the Quaddle. Can hardcast the Flare of Denial. Let's just deploy the Lightning Bolt. See what happens. Get to Surveil. We will put the Thoughtseize in the yard. That happens, alright. Good Brazen Borrower. I think we should just swing. Yep, they Brazen Borrower on the Orc Army token, okay. So they take 1. They still have that what's that called? That counter thing in their hand. So I think we should just pass. Cast the Brazen Borrower. Their hand is Force of Negation. That counter magic thing. Find another land. What are the odds here? I think we should just play the land and swing. And then pass the turn. Opponent keeps hitting us. Maybe we can find a Flage. They do cast an Oculus. It's bad news for us. Yep, they manifest. Let's see what we draw, a bolt. Could bolt the Oculus. Could also bolt the Brazen Borrower. Even the Manifest. Let's just bolt the Oculus, see if we can hit Delirium. That is a land. That would give us Delirium. Now we're going to swing. Okay. Now we will cast this. I think we're dead actually. Subtlety. Okay. Yeah, let's concede. I hate this matchup, to be honest. Let's board in this. Wear and Tear. Nihil Spellbomb. Cleansing Wildfire. Nope. Get rid of the Revelers. on looting, maybe just get rid of the spell bomb as well. Run it like this. So let's see, one lander here. Now let's wing it. Opponent down to 6 cards, 5 cards. Fetch and shock. Opponent was lucky in getting another land, since we took their second land out of their hand. Okay, Flare of Denial, Ice Fang, Oracle. Think we will take the Oracle. Just pass. Hopefully we draw land here. Yep. So we will use this to surveil. And we will just bolt the Oracle. Let's see what our opponent's yard looks like. Keep a card on top. They fetch. Basic forest, there's an Oracle. They just drew. Yeah, sure. Find another Oracle, okay. Let's surveil here. Get the shadowy backstreet. That is a card, but we need land, so let's bin that. Find the Bowmasters. Let's surgically extract here. Go after the Oracle. Take it out of their hand. They have a subtlety. There's one on the field. I think we should just pass here. Probably know that we have a Bowmasters up. Let's flash this in. Flare of Denial that's fine. Okay. There's the Quado. They draw a card. Do we find another land? Nope. I think we will bolt the Ice Fang here. Just pass. Opponent passes as well. Find a Darcy. Let's play the Darcy and pass. Darcy is delirious, that's good. They pass. Find a Bowmasters, good. He'll just pass. We are both stuck on 2 lands. We'll just make use of our mana here. Flash in the Bowmasters. They flash in the Ice Fang, okay. They draw a card, sure. And they flare the Bowmasters, okay. So nice 2-for-1. We'll just keep hitting them. Could shock in the Blood Crypt. Yeah, keep a Flage for damage based removal. Opponent finds their third land as well. They pass. We could get a Bowmaster's back. Make him discard a card. Yeah, let's make use of our mana here. So we will return the Bowmasters. Make him discard a card. Red, black, red. We get to Surveil. That's a land. That's good. Although not a white land. Opponent is fetching. There's an Endurance. Okay. Alright, they make us put everything at the bottom. Alright, just cast this. No. Each opponent sacks a creature and exile all opponents' graveyards. Black, white, black. See, Surveil a land into the yard. Does this resolve? Yep, it does. Black leave cliffs and swing for 1. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Not really sure what. They have a Shardless Agent. They find a Stern Scolding, okay. This would allow us to cast Flage. So let's go for it. White, red, black. Deal 3. To Shardless Agent. Gain 3 life. Still don't have Delirium here. Could try to find it, but let's just attack for 1. Opponent might have an Oculus in hand. They do have another Shardless Agent. Okay, let's see. There's a Birthing Ritual. Sure. We will fetch. We do need white for Flage, so we have to shock. Let's get the Sacred Foundry. Let the Edict resolve, and then he will cast the Edict, so they cannot Birthing Ritual into an Oculus of some sorts. Bowmasters. Let's graveyard that. Yep, Birthing Ritual useless. Silent Clearing. Cannot really give Darcy Delirium. So I think we have to swing for 1. Again, fortunately. Play the Silent Clearing. Red, red, white, white. Exile an instant, a land, and a land. Hit our opponent for 3. They have a Subtlety. Do we want to draw the Flage? think we could. Let's do that, gain some more life. Opponent has 0 cards in hand. We will pass. It's likely that they find a creature. Yep, so they do get their birthing ritual trigger, fortunately. Put the stuff at the bottom. Well, let's first see what they get off of the trigger. They did find something. That's an Oculus, okay. We will sack the silent clearing. Hopefully pick up a bolt or something. They get to manifest. Surgical extraction. I think we will flage. And hit the manifest. Shardless agent. Can block with the Darcy. Let's just pass. Need a few more cards in the yard. Let's block. Oh, we can't block, of course. In that case, let's cast this surgical extraction. We won't pay life for it. We will exile Endurance. Another land, let's pin that. Endurance. Your hand is a subtlety, okay. Just have 1 endurance, okay. Interesting. Think we're about to die here. Opponent has a subtlety in hand. Finds a Harbinger. That's the end of it. Alright. We are on the play. 2 Flages, a Thoughtseize and a Looting. Let's keep. Do have to fetch Shock, unfortunately. Maybe we should have played the Bloodstained Mire. Let's Shock in the Blood Crypts. Thoughtseize our opponent. Consider on Earth. Think we will take on Earth. Pass the turn. Could possibly find another discard spell and then get rid of the Sauron's Ransom. Opponent plays an island and passes. Let's go Fateless Looting. Opponent considers. Maybe they should have waited. They surveil a Watery Grave into the yard. Do not find another discard spell. Think we can safely discard 1 Flage. We need the 2 lands for mana. Maybe the other Flage, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Cast the Ruckus, or play the Ruckus Theater. Pin the other Fateless Looting and pass. Opponent plays a fetch land and passes, alright. Find a lightning bolt. Think I just want to go looting here. See? Okay. Pin the Blackcleave cliffs. Probably the bolt. And just pass. Opponent passes. Let's fetch. Get our shadowy backstreet. Thoughtseize. Yeah, I'm up for another Thoughtseize actually. So let's play a land and Thoughtseize them. They don't counterspell this. Could deal with the frog, although they have a counterspell. Opponent did not consider. I think we want to win the Sauron's ransom. Pass. Opponent considers. Keeps the card on top. They do fetch. And shock, there's a frog. Sure. We will cast this edict. See what they do. Probably counterspell this. Then they cannot counterspell Flage. So it's one or the other. Opponent doesn't counterspell it, alright. Let's get a Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Surgical Extraction. I think we should go K command. And then we can surgically extract whatever they discard. Maybe bring a Flage back to hand. Bring a Flage back. We'll select our opponent. Red, black, red. If they counter this, we can surgically extract the counterspell. That's great. So K command is countered. And now we will surgically extract the counterspell. In their yard, in their hand, they have a Dismember and another frog. Okay. Do they have Murktides in here? No, just Oculi. Okay. So no more counterspell. Their hand is a Dismember and a frog. Okay. We'll close the windows. Oculus could be problematic. There's the frog, so no Oculus. We have a Thoughtseize. I think I just want to go Flage now. Red, red, white, white. Let's get rid of Thoughtseize, Marsh Flats, a looting, another Thoughtseize, Blackcleave Cliffs. We will attempt to kill the frog. Would have to discard. And they would have to discard their whole hand. They discard a Spell Snare. And a Dismember then. Alright, cool. And then we will pass. Could jump the frog. Draw another card. They do so. Draw Blood Crypt. Good Thoughtseize, but I think I want to go looting first. Could hold on to the Thoughtseize. We'll bin at least one. Maybe the other one. Now let's bin the land. We'll swing. Hit our opponent. Opponent down to 7. We will deploy our Darcy. Pass the turn. Darcy could block the frog. They still give the frog flying. Do they have an answer to Flage then? Do they have a push for Darcy? Block. Block. So no extra card for our opponent. Opponent scoops it up. Let's see, the spell bombs are good. Searching libraries might be a good thing. I think we will get rid of the Thoughtseizes. Pushes are good against frog. Surgical extraction is good. Maybe go down on the bolts. One bolt, one Fateless looting. One Reveler. Submit. We have a one-lander. Yeah, I don't think we should keep this, to be honest. This hand is better, although we cannot cast a Shadow of Doubt. Bowmasters is interesting. I think we have to bottom the Shadow of Doubt. Let's see, I think we will lead on the Inquisition, since they cannot really counter this. Let's see what they have in hand. They have an Oculus in hand, Counterspell, and a Force of Negation. I'll take the Counterspell and pass. They do Surveil. Keep a card on top. Ah, they found a frog, okay. Sure. Find a spell bomb. I think we will go try to, well, yeah, let's go looting. Maybe find a fatal push. And we do not. Let's bin our Flage. And maybe our Bowmasters then. Afraid we have to fetch and shock. Would take a lot of damage. Yeah. Let's just Surveil instead. Need 2 black mana for Shadow of Doubt. And we need another land for Flage. Letting Frog hit us is bad, because they get to draw. Fortunately. Could hold the Shadow of Doubt up, so they cannot use their fetch land. Opponent is thinking. Maybe they have an Unearth and they want to discard the Oculus to the Frog. Let's Surveil here. Trying to find our 4th land. Could go Ruckus Theater or Shadowy Backstreet. I think we will go Shadowy Backstreet. Edict. It's not a 4th land. This is a good card though, so let's keep it. Let's see if we shock in the Sacred Foundry whether our Spellbomb resolves. Opponent is fetching. Let's deploy the Shadow of Doubt. It's mana negative for our opponent. Do have more land in hand though. They cannot go Force of Negation. We have all the colors we need for Flage. And we have a Spellbomb. Opponent's hand is a Force of Negation, an Oculus. They cycle the Unearth. They could have discarded the Oculus to the Frog and unearthed their Oculus. Okay, interesting. Although we have the spell bomb up now. Yep, I see. Okay. They do draw a card. Force of Negation is up. Cannot go Flage yet because Black Cliffs will enter. Tapped. This is very unfortunate for us. I think this might be game. Yeah, let's just pass. This is unfortunate. Can get access to black, that might help us. Opponent is discarding. What are they discarding? Okay. Oculus on Earth. Let's just crack this Nihil Spellbomb now. Targeting them. So they cannot cast another Oculus. Yeah, we should have been aware of this Harbinger. Unfortunate. Opponent has their own Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. That is not working out. We're dead. Okay. So they boarded in Harbingers. So Lightning Bolt is good. I think 2 Thoughtseize might be good. Go down 1 Spellbomb, 1 Fateless Looting. 1 Reveler. Well, 1 Flage. Since they brought in their own spell bombs. Okay. This hand is good. We will Inquisition turn 1. Cast Bowmasters turn 2. Most likely. Counterspell Frog. Sink. Could deal with Frog. Sheoldred's Edict. So let's take a counterspell then. Opponent passes. We find another Inquisition. Let's deploy that right away. They have another Frog, okay. Let's get rid of the counterspell. Play the Bloodstained Mire and pass. Opponent avails. Place a land and a frog, okay. Hopefully we can find a 3rd land here. We closed. Our opponent's hand, that's unfortunate. That's another land, okay. We will play this fetch land, edict them in their upkeep, and then surveil again. Okay, opponent's hand is a frog, 2 lands. Shock in a Watery Grave. And they pass the turn, right? Think we will surveil here again. That's a flage. Let's put that in the yard. We could go flage now. Let's do that. To shock in Sacred Foundry. Flage. White, red, red, white. Inquisition can go, this land can go, Edict can go. Just keep the land in there, I guess. So we avoid a surgical extraction as well. Opponent does have a sink into Stupor, by the way, so they could deploy that now. Yep, there it is. Okay. So our opponent's hand is Frog. And 3 mystery cards. There's a Frog. There's a Spell Bomb. Could flage the Frog. I think we could just cast a Spell Bomb. Just pass the turn then. There's a Thoughtseize, okay. I think we will flash in the Bowmasters now. Ping them. Could have waited as well. We have 2 Bowmasters. Can crack this, but I want to pay for it. Want to draw. Could go Oculus, that would suck. If they have another land, a basic land. Or a shock land. We took the Flage. Interesting choice. Might have Graveyard Hate. They give the Frog flying. Okay. Sounds good. So our Orc army token will grow. Cannot block. We will ping them. Let's crack the Spell Bomb. Draw a card. He Thoughtseize us again. Sure. Might take the Bowmasters now. No, they don't. Okay. They love getting pinged, I guess. Or they have an answer to Bowmasters. This is only helping us cast Flage. So you get to exile your graveyard. And we will draw a card. Might have their own bowmasters. They do not seem to have it. They do fetch now. They surgically extract. Alright. Flage. Fine. One card left in hand. It's just 2 Flages in our deck, I think. Yeah, so no biggie. Alright. Opponent's graveyard is gone. Let's see. Sheoldred's Edict is good. Let's first Inquisition them. Okay, they discard a Consider, sure. And now we will cast Sheoldred's Edict. Get to sacrifice your frog. Could wait and let them grow the frog more or flash in the bowmasters, but I think we have to prioritize hitting them now. Opponent might have a subtlety in hand or something. Darcy, okay. Swing. I think we should flash in the bowmasters to just do more damage. Ping them and grow our orc army token. Otawara, the orc army token, alright. Don't expect a board wipe, so let's just cast the Darcy as well, so we have lethal. Opponent passes, not conceding. Do have a push. Yeah, we will swing. Let's see. There's a subtlety, okay. We have a push. Might block the Darcy. And we don't have to push. Yeah, alright. So we still have a push for a possible frog. No Fateless looting. Opponent passes again. Kaya's Gale. Think we will just swing. Can deal with a creature of theirs. There's a Bowmasters. Okay. And we'll ping one of the Bowmasters. We could push our own Bowmasters. So they don't get the Orc Army token. And then cast the Kaya's Gale. Do we want a Spirit Creature token or exile their graveyard? Let's create a token. Black, white, black. So we get in for 1, and next turn we have lethal. Alright. Heaven on Earth. Oh, wow. What do they unearth? Their frog or the Bowmasters? Bowmasters, alright. This is not over yet. They shoot the spirit token. Okay, Find a land. Yeah, I'm afraid we have to pass, unfortunately. What are the odds? Maybe we were too greedy. Last turn. Can just swing with their orc army token. They do not, alright. Find another land. Let's just play that tapped and pass. Companion would come in handy now. Two cards in hand and they pass. Find a Darcy. That will fly over, so let's cast that. Do they have a counter spell? They do. Alright, we will pass. Find an Oculus. This is really unfortunate. Guess we were too greedy creating the 1/1 flying token. Don't know why they held on to the spellbomb, to be honest. Maybe they just drew the spellbomb. We won't block. A lightning bolt will do, but I think we boarded those out. Don't have Flage anymore. We are just flooding here. It's just so frustrating. They draw off the spellbomb, of course. They draw another card. They can deal a lot of damage here. Yep.